morning and welcome aboard. Welcome to today's session of Trade Along Live with Saul. Saul will be joining us shortly. Right now it's 9:26 a.m. on April 14th, 2022. I'll send out to you, I'll send out to everybody the opportunity to sign up for the service. It's very simple. If you want information, you want to be part of what we do here on a daily basis, make sure you are a friends and family member, which I just put out to you. It's in the chat area. Hey, Glenn, how are you? Everybody, good morning. Welcome aboard. Saul's going to be joining us shortly. When he pops in, he's going to give out this morning's levels. These are his scalping levels for his own trading. He gives them out to everybody as a teaching tool here. They're called levels and zones. Gives out his pivot price. Now we're focused on the S&P 500 E-mini here. We look to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades during the morning session. We look to bank our money. Look for develop consistent or better consistent profitability about for you being here. Again, educational only. Saul's going to give out his pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. Write them down. If you have a chance, load them into your software if you know how to do it. Get ready for the trading session. Again, Saul's looking to do for his own trading 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 trades, looking for a minimum trading profit on each trade of 2 points plus. He usually defends his position generally as he comes into the morning session with a 2-point stop. And I would venture to guess that Saul's price action, entries, exits, and stops could be different than you already know how to do. Again, this service is for traders that are new to trading, traders that are looking to get better at their trading. And the trade along here is for traders that know what they're doing, being introduced to what Saul has to offer, and trading along with him, interacting with him, sharing information with him, receiving his proprietary scalping levels, understanding and participating in the action based on price action during the morning session. And it's a great help for traders that are looking to focus on making money this morning. That's why it's a trade along environment. Hey, Timothy Rose, how are you? Maya, how are you? M-E-I. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hey, Rose, how are you? Can't believe we're coming into, tomorrow's a day off. So when Saul pops in, he'll take over. He'll give out the morning price action levels. Pivot, other levels on top and bottom of that pivot, write them down. Interact with Saul. If you're new, just listen. Check out what happens at the price action in and around Saul's levels. Listen to his commentary. When one of his levels is being approached by the market, you'll hear him. Hey, Don, I'll hook you up with a pin. And Mark, I'll hook you up with a pin. So Mark, you need to talk to Don about getting yourself up with the with a picture and how to install it. Can you do that? Don, nice job. You got to tell me how you did that. I need to know that. Hey, try to follow up with him today. Do you have his contact? I don't know. You guys can hook it up based on chatting with each other.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me all right? Let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 44.44. Resistance up here at 54, 61, 67, 76. Support below at 135, 28, 17, and 07. Pivot 44.44. Resistance at 54, 61, 67, 76. Support below at 35, 28, 17, and 07. All right, market here. Again, as you can see here over the last few hours, and considering again it's Thursday, tomorrow the markets are closed for a Good Friday. Consequently, again the expectation of a lot of trade today should be quashed a little bit, as definitely going to have some holiday trade, if that's a holiday, if you can call it that, going into today's trade. So be mindful of that. And again, we are trading mini S&Ps here. We're looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on the levels that we just gave out, in addition to price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars. And we look to trade about 4 or 5 trades during the course of a day, and we also focus on the morning hours to help us with our opportunities. We feel the dynamics in the morning give us a good ebbs and flows. The volatility and the volume is there, giving us abilities to give us those opportunities much better than they do in the afternoon. As the afternoon trade gets a little bit more one way and harder to focus in on as far as opportunities are concerned. But you never know. As we slowly uptick here, kind of just hang in. Again, you can see here, we're very tight range here overnight. Again, not surprising. Bonds here giving up whatever rallies they had, as a continuation here of the conversation about the yield curve, conversation about raising rates, inflation, soft landing, all those adjectives that the market looks at these days to give reason for it to move up and or down. Bonds, obviously, the interesting thing about what the Fed has done this time around with the lack of, from where they're starting and what could happen in the in the equity market, is that basically they've taken away the safe haven trade. A safe haven trade usually means that if S&P's equities break, as we quickly come up here to our 54 area. If usually in the past you had flight to quality type of situation where if S&Ps went down, you had a dive into the equity market and the bond market as a quote unquote safe haven for where to put your money. But right now, because of the way the environment is and the way how the Fed maybe you can say mishandled the inflation situation initially, and again, they were writing new books on how to deal with pandemics, right? So it's not like you can blame anybody, except they didn't assume that that the inflation situation was going to be temporary because supply side and this and that. But it turned, then the war comes along, so you're blindsided about it. But the point is of all this stupid conversation I'm having with myself is that there's no place to run and to put your money in. When the S&Ps are breaking down, usually you had bonds rally. S&Ps break, bonds rally, as we're getting a nice rotation here against our 54 area, giving us our quick 2 points here, or a little bit more if you're trying to stay a little bit longer with the trade. Again, you have to take some profits along the way. If you scaled in on the top end, you got filled on that as well. And a nice little opportunity here if you did jump in and trade with the first level of resistance up here at the 54 area. So they've really taken away that flight to quality situation when you had bonds kind of be the quote unquote safe haven to jump in on. And when the S&Ps are breaking, but again, the S&Ps also, they did break, what is that, about a month ago or so, right? But bonds are breaking also, so you had really tough situation there as far as where people were going to put their money, and but that was a consequence of the policy handling of the Fed and exactly what was going on at the time. But again, like I said, who knew what was happening, and how does anybody handle a pandemic which you haven't seen in 100 years, especially since you have monetary policy going around? All right, so nice trade there against our 54 area. Hopefully some of you were able to get in, and you had a chance to get in even a little bit better if you waited for the level to get triggered. If you had your orders in place, maybe you got scaled in to some of those levels. And you had a nice rotation here against it. So nice trade there if you did jump in there. And if you want to try to stay short, you can do that with the trailing stop. Anything above, let's say 57, 6.5. You want to have your stop in there as we're trying to rotate down here a little bit. Again, if you have, this is how you can get a little bit more than 3 or 4 points on a trade, depending on your ability to stay in there with it and have a trailing stop with it. All right, so nice little trade there against our first resistance area. Let's see. As inflation continues to soar nationwide, Amazon is attempting to offset some of the newfound costs by passing fees on to sellers. Fuel and inflation surcharges will be tacked on to onto the existing 5% fee currently levied on U.S. third-party vendors who use the company's fulfillment services. The new cost will go into effect April 2nd, adding about 24 cents for each one. 24 cents for each unit to services offered by the FBA. Or fulfillment by Amazon. Oh, fulfillment by Amazon. That's FBA. All right, nice little trade there against the 54 area. Good day to start and probably end on a holiday day, pre-holiday day. If you cover them there against our pivot there, it'd be a really nice trade. Or even right in here anywhere. Now you'd have a trailing stop. You definitely don't want to take a loss on anything you got left over. And it'd be a nice little trade there for us if you did jump in against our first level of resistance. Now, we always talk about how that first bar could be a little bit trickier, but then, once there's a risk reward situation there. So always that for you. Let's see, in 2022, we expect to return to normalcy as COVID-19 restrictions around the world eased, but fuel and inflation has presented further challenges, said an Amazon spokesman. It is unclear if these inflationary costs will go up or down, or for how long they will persist. So rather than permanent fees, we will be employing a fuel and inflation surcharge for the first time, a mechanism broadly used across supply chain providers. The surcharge will apply to all product types, such as non-apparel, apparel, dangerous goods, and small and light items. They don't. Nice little trade there for us. If you're trying to stay short, just have a trailing stop here. and you try to maximize its profit as we come down here to the next level of support here is down at 35. That'd be a really nice trade, but the 44 is right here's our pivot. So if you did, well, we're down to 42 here, so kind of got through that. If you only knew, I could have told you to stay short till now. But somebody's going to blame me for not telling them to stay short, probably. Anyway, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. If you look at the chat, we're going to show you the levels that we gave out this morning. As you can see, our first level of resistance there was the 54 area, and that got up to 55 and then came off. So if you did jump in around that area somewhere, hopefully you were able to take advantage of that little trade. And again, because of holiday, it's going to be kind of slow, I think, today. So I guess we're kind of lucky in the sense that we were able to find a little trade this morning. Today is Thursday. As you can see here, if you look at our hourly, we have a dominating bar there from Tuesday, and we seem to be kind of staying in the middle of that range. So I guess Tuesday's range is going to be a determining factor as to which way we break out of that level, those areas. Amazon was quick to highlight that despite additional surcharges, its fulfillment rates will remain lower than most other carriers. US UPS has a fuel surcharge of 42 cents. FedEx has a fuel charge of 49 cents. And even Uber has a fuel charge these days. Let's see if there's any other numbers coming out this morning. There are a couple fundamentals coming out. Business inventories coming out here at 9 o'clock. Consumer sentiment coming out here at 9 o'clock. So some couple little numbers here as we continue to downtick, looking at the 35 area as our next support level. If you happen to stay short, you're doing a really nice job there. Then there's a bunch of Fed speaks at 1:30, and then after market closes at 3:30 and at 5. And given the fact that the market will be closed tomorrow, I guess maybe they could say whatever they want to say there after the close. But then they always say whatever they want to say, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so we got a couple numbers coming out here. Could affect the market. We had retail sales already that came out. Obviously, as you can see, that they really didn't. Why don't you tell us to stay short? There's always one that's, as we come down here to the 35 area, focus in on that. See what we want to do down here. I'm sure some of you did stay short, by the way. Telling you who, but I'm sure some of you did stay short. As we quickly come up here against our 35, nice rotation there to the 37. And hopefully you got long against the 35. That's right. Don did. There you go. See, you got people answering all these questions for you. Nice rotation here. Hopefully you got long against the 35 here. They did dip down to 34 and change. So if you had 35, you got filled, and you're getting a nice rotation here. I think we should just be done with the day and go home, right? I mean, both the top end and lower end, and 10 minutes apart. I think we can go home now. Pretty much done. Don says yes. Don's happy. He is going to fix that tractor. Bonds here continue to just had that relief rally yesterday, a couple days, and then just continue to just slump. Just not happy. I guess had to do maybe with the retail sales number. We do have a number coming out here at in about 15 minutes. Wow. Don said no, he's not going to go out to the tractor. He goes after that trade, he's going to go buy a new one. Wow, that's nice. All right. Well, that's good. That is good. Glad we can make Don happy. That's always good to make Don happy. He was a trooper yesterday, staying up really late. Yeah. Somebody, yeah, somebody take Don's old one. That's funny.
Well, I want to know one thing. Did you have to lift up the hood yesterday at the airport?
That's so funny that you said that. We are driving there, and there's the whole bunch of cars and just sitting on the sideline waiting. And I was thinking about that conversation that we had. People are just sitting there waiting because it was a rainy day here, and some of these planes were coming in a little late, and all these cars are just parked on the side of the road there, just waiting. And it's funny. I thought about you guys when we were having that conversation yesterday. Made it without having to, but I did have to pull over though because there's no place to there's no gate for them to get in. So they have to just taxi around the airport. Never. But anyway, it was worked out. So she didn't have to pay for an Uber. So that's good. All right, we're coming down here to the 28 now. That's our next support level. Man, I thought we were going up. Now look what happened. What happened? At least we had the 50. At least this time we got filled on the top side. So that's a good thing. Did Mark help you out there a lot? Or
He did. We had a good conversation yesterday.
Oh, good. Fantastic. That's fantastic. Sometimes, I worry about him. Cal, that's California's sun could damage some of those brain cells.
Come on, it's not that bad.
No.
It's good for you.
Yeah, sure. Sure it is. Come here, you have some wind chill factor hit your face. That'll wake you up.
Wind chill.
Yeah, I know. I can't. They're talking snow Saturday, believe it or not. I mean, this is like, come on already. Let's turn the corner here. Get some spring in the air.
I went to Baskin Robbins and I said, "Can I have some wind chill?" And they didn't even know what that was.
Well, see, you go to the wrong Baskin Robbins. That's why.
What's wind chill?
It's definitely a problem when you go to the wrong Baskin Robbins. Yeah, we do have wind chill here. That's all. Anyway, but yeah, but if you live in Chicago, you're definitely accustomed to it. And it's really nice when it finally gets warm here. It's just waiting for that day. I golfed, was it Monday or Tuesday? And that was nice. And then all of a sudden it's like rain and chills. Again, can never get dry enough for the ground to get dry. It's like, I need to like get in a cart instead of walk. It's tough to walk those 18 holes.
Well, I tell you, I went to on my vacation. I took a little pit stop with my wife, and we went to Indianapolis about a month and a half ago. And I heard something I'd never heard before. And I said, "I bet Sal knows what the hell this is." Someone said at the hotel, "We are having an ice storm." I said, "What is an ice storm?" I said, "Listen, in California, can you explain that?" He said,
You mean you were in Indiana and you didn't call me?
I know. I should have stopped by.
I mean, you were just a little. Where in Indiana did you go?
Indianapolis.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just a 3-hour ride for me.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I didn't think it was that close.
yeah.
Yeah, my wife had a conference out there, so we were there for a couple of days, and I was like, "What exactly is an ice storm?"
Did you experience the ice storm?
Oh yeah, we did. I got the hell out of there quick.
I bet you did. Yeah, an ice storm is, it does happen in the Midwest. We're testing the 28 here while you're talking, by the way. It's our next level of support down in here. Yeah, I should have told you guys to stay short, right? That would have been easier. Then we can all, well, I'm sure we're doing okay today, so can't complain.
I was looking for that 24 all afternoon yesterday. It like to beat me up trying to get back to it.
Yeah, well, it's there now.
Yep.
And bond market is just, some point it's not going to be. I keep telling you, one of them's got to give. It's either bond market or equities, and it's usually not the equities. I mean, it is the equities that gives up because just doesn't look good right now with these bonds doing what they're doing, and we're just kind of hanging here. Thought maybe you were going to have a nice little rally there in the bond market. Not happening.
Are you showing a 26 print?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm showing a 26 print on my thing, but my charts aren't showing it.
Yeah, well, now it is.
Well, let's see. I showed a 25. Let's see.
It's 25 is a low.
Yeah, no, I showed a 25 on the deal.
Right, again, we're not getting the same rotation. So if you want to scratch some, you're allowed to scratch some in here. If that's what you are nervous about, or if you want to just be happy with the first couple trades we had, you don't want to take any more risk. Maybe you just lighten the load here a little bit. Your market's giving you choices. But sometimes you need the market to go down for it to go up. It's always a, kind of a weird relationship. You need to get everybody short before it rallies, get them all caught one way, and then it rallies, or vice versa. That's the amazing thing about futures trading. So
Go ahead.
Never makes it easy, except when you had 54, that made it easier for us. Otherwise, you have to really kind of just sometimes you get filled and it goes against you a little bit, and you're like, oh no, but then wait, there's a reason for it going against you because you want everybody to get long or short, and then you rally it or break it. All right, so we're working this area here. Again, if you got in scaled in, you got in a nice little lower level, you're doing okay. And we're getting this nice little rotation here against it. Now we're getting our 3 points here. Very nice. All right. So all our areas so far have worked very nicely here, and hopefully, and I keep saying it's Friday. It's the last day before the holiday, and we're let's be a little bit careful here. Trade a little bit smaller. Keep your money. Have a nice morning. It's Friday. I keep saying it again. It's Friday. We are having a class later for those of us who are part of our course at 12 Chicago time. Anybody that wants to join in? Can we repeat the levels again for in the chat in case you missed them? We're going to repeat the levels. If you look at the chat box, you'll see the levels there. There they are.
Mark, you are good.
Yes.
I'm glad to see you back.
You missed me, huh, Don?
Oh my
I
God.
did.
Every day he'd mention, where is he? Where is he? It's like, he was like, I mean, my wife doesn't miss me as much.
I'd be intense looking at a trade. Can you repeat the levels? I'm going, what, wait a minute.
What levels?
Yeah, well, you're in one right now, I can tell.
No, I'm sitting here,
No,
I'm
not
just
you.
disgusted with it because it hadn't
Not
hit
you.
that 24.
Mark is in one right now.
Sean knows me too well.
Mark's in one right now. I can tell. He's like, oh yeah, okay, whatever you say there, Don. Okay, I got you. Just let me get out of this.
I'd like to see 24-34, then back up to that 40 area.
24. We got down to 25.
Yeah, we should have touched that 24 though.
You are
just
asking for too much.
Technically, it did not do what it should have done. I'm going, this is not right. I don't like it when it doesn't do right.
You're just asking a little bit too much sometimes.
But that would be a nice trade, 24-34 and back to 40.
Well, still, we've had a really nice day, so we can't complain. I don't know what you're complaining about, but
I'm getting greedy now.
I
Right,
can't wait to see the new tractor.
he's not only getting the new tractor, he's like putting the options, every option.
I'm getting air conditioning on this one.
He's like getting the souped up edition. The one that drives itself, he doesn't.
Oh yeah. Just tell it to go out and
tractor.
plow the field.
Thanks there, Philip. We appreciate the commentary. You have a happy Easter, also happy holidays. And always good to get out of here early, especially on a holiday weekend, long weekend. All right. All right, nice rotation there against the 28 area. So if some of you have jumped in there, you did okay. And that's pretty much, as you can see here, if you look at the Tuesday's trade there, looks like we have stayed right in the middle of that range. Tuesday dominating bar. At least definitely seems like we're gonna trade back and forth against it. We'll see if we exit it or not. Or expand that range. Bonds though having a really tough time. Not a good situation there in the bond market.
And why did you say that was? The government's not buying them back anymore?
No, well, that's obviously one reason, but also they got the perfect storm here. They have inflation, they have the war situation. It's cutting against both sides of their policy. I mean, usually when you have a geopolitical situation, you lower rates, so that would help. But they can't do that because they're stuck in raising rates. And then not only that, but in a regular situation, you would also, when the stock market's going down, bonds usually go up. Well, this time they're doing the opposite. Bonds have to go down because they're raising rates.
Right.
So people have usually when, the fancy people who have all this money get out of the bond equity market, and they go into bonds, and usually have a bond rally, the so-called flight to quality rally that happens. But this year, I mean, this time around, there's no, where do you put your money? If you get out of the stock market, where do you put your money? Because you're not going to buy bonds, not when they're raising rates. So that is a problem.
Buy drugs.
Buy drugs. The ones you can sell or use.
Yes, both.
Both.
You might as well have a good time while you're working.
Better stay off that tractor, Don.
Yeah. Hey, you know, you laugh about those tractors that this guy knew. He was, they would plow at night. You know, they'd get out there and turn the lights on and run all night. And he went to sleep one night and drove his tractor off in a canal.
I really wouldn't know that they do this at night, but okay, that is kind of funny. Just so what, he got too tired? Is that what he said? And
Yeah, he just went to sleep, and then, you know, he forgot to turn at the end of the field, and he kept going right into the
Kept on
canal.
going. There you go. There you go. I've got a little resistance if you're a little aggressive around the 36 area, 36, 37. Again, depending on how aggressive you want it to be. But we've had already 1, 2, 3 trades, 4 trades, depending again. So that, considering it's only 9 o'clock, this 9 o'clock number just came out. A little bit bullish. As you can see, they kind of rallied it here a little bit. Forgot to mention that, but hopefully you were flat by then. And if anything, you were long because against the 28 area. So hopefully you did okay if you stayed long there. And now we're coming up here to a little resistance area again. If you're aggressive, if you want to keep trading.
See, I wanted that 40, and guess what's in the way? Mark's band.
I call it Mark's band from now on.
I got a quick scalp here against the scalp here. Against the scalp.
Against Mark.
It's Mark's band.
All right, so that worked very nicely. If you were a little aggressive, a little resistance there at 36, and a nice rotation here off of it. Got down to 32 and change. It's just these little opportunities that occur. Is the chat off? No. I guess he can't hear us. I guess. No. Let's see. Do you know how to reply to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Can somebody say no to him? I guess I could just say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's funny how I don't use that chat thing because you guys are around. You guys are the best. Now, bonds continue to downtick here. They've that's not good. I'm a bond trader. I used to be a bond trader anyway. So I kind of, the relationship between bonds and equities have always been interesting to me, and that's why I'm focusing on that.
Now what do we do? We've had our good trades. Yeah,
well, there is, there is Monday. The market's not going away. You can have the rest of the day off. Well, are you going to be here later? We have a class. Any one of you guys going to be around for the class?
Yeah.
What time are you going to have it?
12 Chicago time.
You going to have it in this same room, or you going to have it in a different room? Okay.
I think we're going to keep it in the same room. I don't think there's going to be very busy later on this afternoon. Good day to talk about stuff or teach stuff. Right there, Rose. Rose is our new participant.
Yeah, she was asking a question about her platform yesterday, and I told her to hold it for the class today.
Okay. Rose, do you know what the question is, Rose, or do you remember the question or what you asked? As we continue.
Because she has CTS, same thing you do.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get to 24. You dog.
Okay. Yeah, we are getting to 24. There's 23. Next support level we have is down at 17. Yeah, I thought we were going to give you levels on the upside, and look what we're doing. Amazing.
Let's see, where else was I looking at yesterday?
I say we go to the John Deere website, Sal, and start building Don's tractor with all the options and stuff.
What was that?
I said, I think we should go to the John Deere website with Don and start building this tractor. Start customizing it for him.
I'll tell you what, they got some really nice ones out there.
Shiny ones too, I bet.
I'm not shiny, but man, it's amazing that you just get in it and you map out your field and you just punch the computer and it'll go to the end of the field, turn itself around, move over and come back. And you just sit up there and ride and listen to John Denver music, I guess. I have no idea.
So you're talking to a guy from Chicago and a guy from California.
Well, the guys from California should know this, but a lot of the
should know what.
It's hard to believe that there's places that the fields are so big. There'll be a guy come along, get on it in the morning, and he'll make one round in the field and get off at night, and somebody else will get on it and make a round. And they're running this thing 24 hours a day. As far as the eye can see, it's unreal.
I guess.
You go down into Mexico and you look down across some of those fields there, you can't even see the end of the fields.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's news to us. I mean, I could see the end of my yard. But I don't, that's it. Well, I guess, well, there is, the government is supposed to subsidize or has been subsidizing farmers for not planting stuff for obvious reasons. They wanted to keep the prices higher, but now with inflation and everything, I wonder if the government is still doing that as we continue to downtick here. Something's up here all of a sudden, this last break here. Coming down here to the 17 area, that's what we have next. All right, kind of hanging here at 8. There's a little buying here, a little buying activity here at the 17 and a half for us, but at 18 and a quarter there, somebody was buying some stuff. Oh, they are really not liking this market all of a sudden.
I go to buy the 17s and I'm at 13. It's kind of like, wow. Okay, I'll take the entry.
Yeah, it's a little better. Something's up.
Did you say something, Don?
Okay, well, we're bouncing back really fast there.
I'm aggravated we didn't get up to 40 now.
You got it to the blue band, man. What better trade than you want than that? It was right there. I mean, you don't even have to take any heat on that. He's complaining. We give him a perfect trade, and he's complaining.
Was they all saying I'd bitch if I was hung with a new rope?
That's what they say, but working the 17 area here. Obviously, we got down a little bit better than that. If you were watching the trade, something's up here. This is the bond market is going to be dragging the S&Ps down. They keep making new lows. Again, it's a weird way of trading these days, but that's what's going on as we are coming here. Working the 17 here, just got down to 1375 there and now bouncing back up.
least we ought to come back to the 24.
All right, so we are working the 17, got up here to 19 and change up here. Again, gonna take some profits along the way and see what the market wants to do. Any plans for the weekend, Don? And family coming over and anything?
We're gonna go visit the kids on Sunday. Other than that, I'm gonna work. I'm in a cleaning mode. I've got stuff in this building for 40 years old, and I am cleaning this mess up.
I'm waiting. That's my excuse around here. I'm waiting for a nice warm day before I do all my chores that I'm supposed to do. Don't ask me what my chores are, but I'll find some. My wife will find me some. I gotta clean out the garage. But
Yesterday we got to talking about monitors. Did you say you had 227s?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need too much information for me. I try to keep it very simple. How many monitors do you have?
Well, I've got 4, but basically I use 2.
Yeah.
The others just hold a daily chart where you kind of glance at it every now and then. Other than that, you don't really need it there.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we had a nice rotation against our 17. Like I said earlier, sometimes you need the market to go down for it to go up, and that was a perfect example. That was a perfect example of having the market go down. It got down to 13 and change, really pop out 1375. Hopefully you're able to stay with the trade there at 17 and nice rotation off of it, and got up there to 21 and change there. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of that little trade. I can't believe that we even talking about these lower levels, but our levels have been that time to take a little bit of heat. Sorry, they weren't as easy as the other ones. Had to work that one a little bit, but still worked out very nicely for us.
Why don't you just tell us to stay short?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd have been a nice trade from 54.
I know, geez.
You could buy the whole tractor operation from
a couple tractors were done
from Deere. I'm sure somebody was short from up there. Not, I don't know, with our group, but somebody must have been short from up there all the way down here. There they are. Those are the levels there for you in the chat. Again, we use those as a guide to the day. They talked about some of the things that might be affecting the market. They're looking at some of the earnings from the banks that are coming out this week. Yesterday, JP Morgan came out. JP Morgan kicked off the bank's earnings season. It slipped 3.2%, which traditionally begins the largest U.S. banking lenders' results. The results reflect increased downside risks like widening losses from funding spreads, adjustments for commodity exposure, and markdowns of derivatives, receivables from Russian associated counterparties. Yeah, they're going to have to write off a lot of those. The results from America's largest banks are often looked at as a bellwether for the broader economy as well as the financial health of the average U.S. consumer. I don't know their average U.S. consumer when you're talking about Jamie Dimon. No average consumer with Jamie Dimon, I'll tell you that much.
What are you doing this weekend, Sal?
The kids are coming over actually, so get to hang out with my little grandson, granddaughter.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm looking forward to that.
You gonna show him basketball pictures?
I'm buying their own basketball. Are you kidding? Yeah, I gotta buy them their own. I already bought the older one, who's 4 months, his own basketball. So now I have to get the little guy, the little one, hers.
David Gummit.
So, and he took a cute picture with it already. He was holding it.
You ought to get one where you can kind of like tie it on a line and hang it above his crib. It'll sit there and spin.
They got so many toys these days. It's like amazing. Let me give you some levels here underneath, just in case we decide to go lower. Got 07 is the next level. And then we have that, then we load that. We got 97, 89, 83, and then 75.
Did you get that little mark?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Nice trade there for Don.
I'm not holding to that 24. It'll just have to do it without me.
All right. I think we've had a really good day today, so we can't. Hopefully, some of you have taken advantage of some of our opportunities. We kind of talked you through some of them, and
you know what's wrong with the day is I hadn't made very many mistakes. That's scary.
well, the levels are right on. That's why. So we
You
didn't
did
have
good.
to. We didn't have to really sweat too many out.
I mean, I went to plug that 17 in because I didn't have it sitting there, and I got filled at like 14. I'm going, what?
There you go. There you go. Got in right at the right time. We remain also this Jamie Dimon. We remain optimistic on the economy, at least for the short term. Consumer and business balance sheets remain healthy levels, but see significant geopolitical and economic challenges ahead due to the high inflation, supply chain issues, and the war in Ukraine. He said in his conference call, a recession is far from a sure thing, he added, but it is a possibility. Absolutely, he said. So he's not saying that it's there, even though the bond market is telling him it's there. So he's trying to help the bond market a little bit, but I don't know if they're going to be fooled, because bond market is definitely telling you something here.
Hey, I got a question for you. When you go out and you get on a freeway around your area, are you just seeing almost bumper to bumper big trucks?
No, not really.
In our part of the world, there's more trucks than there are cars.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing, because they're trying to catch up probably with the supply with everything, I would assume. But I will tell you one thing though, as I was driving yesterday to the airport, speaking of trucks, this truck right in front of me, his tire was just like getting torn apart, his back tire. Yeah. I'm thinking, oh my God, the guy is going on the highway. And it was like, I just wanted to get away from him as fast as I could.
Yeah, don't get hit by that flying rubber because it'll flat do some damage.
Oh my God. I was literally his tire was getting ripped apart in front of my face. I'm like, whoa, that's dangerous.
It I tell you what, it gets so bad sometimes it actually tears up the trailer, tears the floors out of them.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. It did not look good. That's all I could say. And the
Wow.
guy did not even know. He totally oblivious.
My wife, she had a bad habit. She would get up alongside those 18 wheelers and sit there around the rear wheels of the trailer. And I told her, I says, either pass him or step on the brake and get out of there. She said, how come? I says, I've seen too many of those tires blow. And
Right.
I said, you don't want to be here.
Yeah. 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 I was like, whoa, that looks dangerous. I was just happy to get away from it. All right, so Jamie Dimon saying maybe not so much so, maybe so, we never know. I think he was just trying to talk because the bond market is definitely telling you something else.
Well, I have a question for you. You know, he's been around a long time. What makes him so much in the know?
He
Well,
owns the news.
he creates policy.
He owns
right.
the news.
Yeah.
He does create policy, and not only that, but anybody that people listen to, right? I mean,
Yeah.
And so you have. I mean, that's why people who have who can create market movements. They say they're not supposed to be trading because, they say, that guy on CNBC that the one that always buys stocks and sells stocks.
Who, Kramer?
Yeah, Kramer. I mean, he puts out a position, or he says that he's long, or he wants to buy this company or that company, and he already bought it. People are going to jump in and buy it, and he's already making money. Maybe he's getting out. So you have to, people in the know, people who have a platform, and that's why they listen to him. That's why it's important. Now, are they going to be right or wrong? I don't know. But obviously his, the fact that he's been around a while and the fact that people do listen to him gives him that, ability to have that platform where he does move markets. And Jamie Dimon moves markets. So, and again, anybody else could do the same thing. I mean, anybody who has a platform who people listen to.
Was it Morgan Stanley that he was part of at one time?
No, he's always been with
Goldman, right?
with JP Morgan.
No, JP Morgan.
Yeah.
Probably owns it by now with all the stock options he has.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm not sharp enough to be in that position.
Yeah.
Now, if he wants to talk tractors, so that's a different story.
I bet. Yeah, there you go. James used to be a business banker at, I'm assuming JP Morgan. Yeah, he has been around a long time. I think he became more prominent when he during the financial crisis, because JP Morgan was probably one of the healthier banks during the crisis, and he was able to buy up a lot of property and stuff cheap because they had cash, and he got his prominence, which is already 14 years ago. It's amazing how I remember it like yesterday trading that, but it's only been 14 years. It's been 14 years since the financial crisis. I think he got his. He became a big guy doing that because he had cash. He was one of the guys that probably didn't get into that MBS market and was able to stay out of trouble.
I'll tell you what, it looks like they pulled the plug on this thing.
Yeah, well, they did made a quick run down to those lows and then kind of hanging here. But I mean, like I said, we've done okay today, so we can't complain.
Yep. Oh, Mark, you got the emblem up there. I like that. Oh, that's Saul's.
That is you.
No, the one.
I think that's
Uh,
Brad's.
Yeah. Did Brad send you that thing, Mark?
He did. If you can call me this afternoon so I can try to figure it out. I think it's my camera though. I think the type of camera that I have that won't allow me to do the like background pick for some reason.
No, what you got to do is just plug the camera in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Is that
when
what it
you,
is?
yeah, when you plug it in, it will only show the background if you plug it in. At least mine will, and then you
That's-
can.
I tried that. Mine doesn't have a shutter where you can't
Okay.
close the
Well,
camera off.
Yeah, but what I did, I turned my camera away from me,
Uh,
or take a piece of paper and fold it over and just drop it. I just turned it facing the other way, the wall, and it just shows the background.
uh,
You'll have to try that.
Yeah, just turn around and face the ocean for us so we can
Exactly.
see
Yeah.
you.
there you go.
That's what you need to do. That is take you a picture, and because you can put any picture in there,
Right.
and the beach. What you need to get your wife to take you down to the beach and get your lawn chair and your umbrella and your laptop. Sit there
That'd be a good promo for
with a big
room.
sign stuck in the sand says "Hi, Saul."
Yeah.
This is where I do my trading every morning.
Exactly.
I mean, some guy did come to us and say, "Hey, I do this thing from the beach. I'm at the beach every day." I'm like, "What beach? I live in Chicago. What beach are you talking about?" He thought that I go to the beach and there was just crowd. Well, this is when we had we were on the floor and there was actually traders, and the traders you'd hear the traders in the background, and he thought that it was like that it wasn't real, that I had it on a continuation reel and it goes over, replays the whole thing, and he actually came into the city to make sure that it was actually me and not a recording. Like, okay.
I feel bad because you still had to take that guy to lunch too.
Yeah, and on top of it all, I took him to lunch, and then he tells me his story. Oh, I thought you were fake. I'm like, oh, why am I buying you lunch then? So no, I guess he got a free lunch out of it. So he's never saw him again.
Yeah, Mark, type in your phone number.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
Let me see.
Do it to private unless you want everybody calling you.
Yeah. I'll try that plugging in the camera thing, see if that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, you plug it in, and mine doesn't have one of those shutters to turn it off, but I can take a piece of paper and just stick it over the deal. But mine, I found out if you just turn it away from you, after you get away so far, it won't pick you up. It's just going to show the background.
Really?
Yeah. But you got to add a background to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know which background that you have. I mean, it
It's
gives
the
you.
old one. It's the one with the.
Oh, okay. The floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it work?
You know, I don't even know where my
You don't know where the camera is. It's under the Play-Doh.
No, yeah, I was going to say your daughter has it.
probably it's it's her laptop.
Yeah, she probably show you how to use it, and she's going into kindergarten.
Isn't it amazing that these kids can to pick up on that stuff?
Yeah, they got it figured out.
I mean, you see some little kids that can't even talk knows how to punch the buttons.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, the toys that they have now are also automated. It's not like they have their toys are fancy. So that's funny though. And not only that, they have so many rules. I mean, I've never had so many rules I had to follow. It's a good thing I'm not a parent anymore. I had to follow my rules my kids put in place so that I don't, just so I can see my kid.
It's kind of like you don't know anything about kids.
No, that's right. They're just assuming that I have no idea what I'm talking about. I never did this before. I got to follow. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do it. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Can I just come over and I can't even give him a kiss because too many germs. Yeah,
Well,
you're laughing.
Well, I understand. I really,
No,
and
I
truly
don't
understand exactly what you're going through.
How do
But
you-
I can tell you this: the new will wear off. Just give it a little while.
I'm hoping. I mean, how do I that I was told I can't kiss my grandkid by one of my daughters. My other one is like, do whatever you want, Dad. I like her. But one of them, man, she's I'm like, whoa, okay. And then I kissed the kid, and I get yelled at by my wife. I'm like,
You want to kiss something? Kiss the dog.
yeah, him I don't want to kiss, and of course he's like, go ahead. Okay, this is what I got to deal with. Got too many rules, just way too many rules here. All right, a little resistance around the 32 area here, as you can see. If we get above, it looks like if we get above 41, I think we might, well, let's say the 42 there. If we get above that green band, if we get above that, we might get a rotation going higher. Let's see if that what that wants to do there. And again, if anybody has any questions, good time to ask. We are talking about anything and everything, so ask away.
I hope they don't send it back down to 20. They may have to before they can take it up.
I don't know. It looks like the dominating bar from Thursday is going to hold. See the dominating bar? And it was done intraday.
That's a big
You're
bar.
talking about from Wednesday or Tuesday?
Tuesday. Did I say
Tuesday, okay.
Thursday? Yeah, Tuesday.
Hey,
Yeah,
look, see now when I talk, Don, you can see my little background there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the floor. Yeah. So we don't see your mug.
Thank God.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
just turn the camera away?
Yeah, I just faced it to the desk.
Look, we do when your daughter shows up, says good morning, Dad. You got to make sure you put her on.
Have her fix it.
Yeah, I mean,
Talk to Don.
I just took a piece of paper and folded it, a little piece of paper like a Post-it, folded it and stuck it over the camera.
I'm just surprised as he was able to plug in the camera.
I am, me too.
Had to dig the Play-Doh out of it first.
He actually knew how to. He needed to be told, but he figured it out. I don't understand why when Brad told you to do it, you couldn't figure it out.
Well, he didn't tell me I had to plug it in.
So
Makes trading a lot better.
I am going to be playing Pebble mid-June.
Oh, you are.
Yes, going with three of my friends. We're going to be doing the Pebble area with all those other courses that they have around there, Spanish Bay, and going to stay there for 3 days of golf.
Nice.
Boom, boom, boom. Then I'm coming back, and for the basketball tournament. Gonna be
I had
flying.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Gonna be flying. Yeah, I know you'd like that, Tim. Got that Pebble thing going with all those Spanish Bay, and there's one other one that we're playing. And I heard that Spanish Bay is nicer or harder than Pebble, but I didn't know that it was like up north, right? It's like
Yes.
we're flying into San Francisco, and then it's like a 2-hour drive to get to. It was cheaper to do that than it was to fly. You got to get off and go into a small plane because it's what airport do you go into to Pebble? Do you know, Mark?
Not me. No, I just fly into San Francisco.
Oh yeah. So, how far is San Francisco from you?
For me, if I drove, it's about 6 hours.
Oh wow, that's a long way.
But it's like a half-hour flight on Southwest.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So we decided, we were going back and forth about getting a time because we got 4 different people here with, but we finally are doing it, and I think we're leaving on like Father's Day, and that's creating a little bit of a tension for everybody. And we're leaving on Father's Day. Well, hey, it's what else are we supposed to do on Father's Day? That's our gift.
Go play golf.
We're leaving everybody.
Mark, you live between Encinitas and San Diego?
Pretty much. That's right in the middle. Yeah.
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 That's impressive, Don. That's very impressive. So how far are you from San Diego then?
From San Diego, about an hour.
Oh, so all right. So I'll let you know my game schedule, and maybe the one day that I'm free. I'm not. Oh, I'll be there early actually,
Yeah.
like I did last time.
I'll go to the track with you this time.
Oh, good.
Go play the ponies.
So I heard that. Usually we have opening ceremonies on Sunday. For whatever reason, they're having opening ceremonies on Monday. I think because the cost and are the new live trading alone members included in today's training? A new live. Oh, the trade along. No, the feed for the room is different than the education course. There are 2 different components, 2 different charges that we have.
So you're gonna fly in early before the ceremony?
So
or?
I'm going to be coming in on Thursday.
Oh,
Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So the kids don't come until Sunday. But what I was saying that we usually had opening ceremonies on Sunday night when we get there. But I think they're saying they're just making this excuse that the people from the East Coast have to travel too long and blah, blah, blah. And so they're making the opening ceremonies on Monday. And so I think that they couldn't find a venue to hold everybody. So, and it was going to cost too much money to do it on Sunday. So they transferred it to Monday. That's my thing. But they're giving that as an excuse that they had to wait for the East Coast schools or teams to come in. It's going to be a long day for them because they got up really early. I don't buy that. But anyway, so my point is that they're having the opening ceremonies at Del Mar Racetrack on Monday.
oh wow.
Yeah.
How convenient.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, there's no racing on Monday, but I think they kind of gave it to them.
Oh, okay.
They gave them the venue to use. We need a place to hold about 5,000 people. So with parents and everything. So I guess it's big enough. It'd be kind of cool. It would be nice. So And that is, so I'll be there twice anyway, for sure. Maybe longer. Oh, so I don't have to rent the car? You're going to pick me up?
Yep.
Wow.
I'll take care of it.
I have to tell you that it was a nice ride. It was a very enjoyable ride from where we were, Orange County, down to San Diego.
Yep.
Only took 3 hours. And it's amazing to me how big those highways are in California. Like 6 lanes on each side, wall to wall cars. It just amazes me. I sit there and I'm looking at all these cars. And I'm like, it's unbelievable. You guys got the biggest state ever to fit all those cars. I wonder how many tractors you have out there.
No tractors, Don.
I love to go out around Sacramento and go through the fields they've got down through there.
You're about the only person I know would be saying that to me.
Hey,
Love to go to the fields and hang out on the fields. Can you imagine Mark saying that?
No, I would never say that.
You never say that.
I just got to go to the field and hang out out there.
I finally got rid of all my golf tees. I literally had a 5-gallon bucket full of them.
Well, who'd you sell them to?
I didn't sell them. Everybody come through. So where'd you get all these? I said, you need some? Yeah, I'll take some. I says, take the whole bucket. And they look at me kind of funny, and they get them a double handful. Somebody else has come through the same thing. Finally, I talked to the guy. Says, "Look, just take what's left in the bucket. Take the bucket too."
No, that's good. I don't think I've bought a tee in ages. You always get them. You always get them free from when you go to the golf courses. So I just kind of take a handful and just put them in my bag, and that's it. I'm done.
I was sitting there thinking, what am I going to do with these golf tees? I says, I'll burn them in the fireplace. They'll make good kindling.
Oh, don't do
That's
that.
a waste. Somebody had to like actually grind those out to look like tees, and you're just going to burn them up.
Hey, they run that thing through a machine. It spits them out.
I'm sure it does.
And the leftovers they make toothpicks out of. I guess I'm a little nut for automated machinery. They've got some machinery out there that just mystifies me.
Yeah, I mean, they actually had to. I think about that sometimes too when when they have machines for specialized items, or you have to actually think about making one of those, especially for that situation.
I got a friend of mine that has it's a CNC machine, which is computer driven, but it cuts out wood, and it's just it'll pick up the plywood off the floor. You just bring this big stack of plywood over here. The robot picks it up, sets it on this thing, and it's got this big old vacuum pump that sucks it down, and this router runs out there and just starts cutting things out, whatever you got programmed in the computer. And you're sitting over there, and if it has to change its router bit, it runs over there and drops one, picks up another one. You don't do nothing but sit there and watch it.
Mark's like, router. How do you spell that?
You have to plug that in?
Oh, yeah. But it's just amazing to watch that stuff work. What really amazes me is the guys that cut steel with water.
Well, we know what amazes you right now. Look at you. You are
I'm
so excited about talking about this.
Fella. I'm amazed that we made it back to the 24. So I'm,
You're just kind of happy right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good. Well, we got extra levels there. They've taken a little bit of the juice out of the market, but we've had a pretty good opportunity here with our levels that we had on. Our blue band worked very nicely as well. Those are the levels that you can see that we've added on. Those are levels. I don't know which way the markets are going, but I don't even know if they're going to be even trading much more than today. It depends on really, I think, what the bond market does bond market's also down a good chunk of change. So I don't know if they're going to get going. The volume is light, considering it's a holiday. I think it's kind of on the light side, I think, but we'll see. So we.
Hey, Mark,
Yes, sir.
can you put these levels in while you're driving down the road picking up Saul?
Oh.
That's right. You're going to be solo that day
That's right.
when I'm in California. You're gonna have
Lord
to do
help
it on
us.
your own.
You may not have anything to come back to.
That's right. Now, don't worry. It's not till the end of July, so we're good. We're good. Except I am going to Pebble Father's Day, so that's coming up really fast, actually. Looking forward to that. That should be very. The guy says as we're booking this, he goes, "Make sure you have a lot of space on your camera for pictures." I'm like, oh, okay. Very scenic out there. Can
It's
imagine.
beautiful, and you're gonna have some awesome weather too.
No good. Does get chilly there in the morning, right? It's not
Does,
like it's
yeah.
yeah. It's not like it's like short weather all the time.
You have shorts?
Yeah, I do actually.
I
Couple
know they
pairs.
I know they make shorts in Chicago.
Well, it does get above that. We do have temperatures without wind chill here. So, all right, coming up here to our blue band. If you're a little aggressive, I said earlier, if we get above 42, we'll look for a rally back up to the highs there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it was actually well, we all wanted to go. This whole group, foursome of us, we've been wanting to go for a couple of years now, but never talked about it. So finally came to fruition, and we're going.
Is it a tournament you guys are playing in, or is it just
No,
you guys set
just-
this up?
Yeah, we just set it up.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just gonna go there for. Yeah, there's no tournaments, and first of all, the green fees are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just one of those things you just go to once in a lifetime, because if you're a golfer and you want to go play Pebble and you hear about it all the time, and I mean the golf, not only are the green fees ridiculous, but you have to stay in their hotel there for you to be able to get tee time. So they got you coming and going.
Do they have alligators on their golf course?
No, that's in Florida. By you.
No.
I don't think they have alligators in. It's not tropical enough down there, or over in the left coast.
We have bears, Don.
Yeah,
I know. I had a guy coming out of Canada delivering peat moss to me one time, and he's in the truck and he's talking about the bears doing this and the bears tearing this up where he lived up in Canada. And I said, well, we don't have any bears. The only thing we got around here is an alligator. You got alligators? I said, no, I don't have no bears. So
there you go. No bears, right? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, like Smokey the Bear, right? That came out of California, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. All right. All right. So Twitter is being, Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter. Now, remember, we were talking about buying Twitter here at $17 back when I was on the floor. That's how long ago we were talking about Twitter. And I think Robert remembers this conversation we had. And it was like when Trump started, Trump was becoming president, and he uses Twitter a lot. I go, how can you not buy Twitter? I mean, it's like, the president's going to be using it forever. So, and sure enough, 53, he wants to buy it for $53. It's not bad for 6 years investment.
well, remember when Tesla came out and it shot up? And you said, well, I'd like to buy some. I got an order sitting at 70 or 75.
Yeah.
Did you ever get it?
No, it was like 700.
Yeah. Then it
I
went
wish
to
it was
1,000.
75. Yeah, it went to
I'm going,
1,000 and it went to 12,000.
and it came back down, and I was sitting there looking at it. I said, I ought to buy something in the 70 range. And I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't. My best mess up story as far as stocks. I bought 500 shares of Apple back when Apple was just Apple and not Mega Apple at $50 a share, and I had 500 shares at $50 a share, and I held this for like 3 years. Went down to like 30. Finally, got back up 50, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get out of this. Never saw 50 again. Got up to 700, split, is back up to God knows what, and then split again. The $50, 500 shares, $25,000. It's probably worth about $350,000 right now. All I had to do was keep it another 5 years or 3 years, and I wouldn't have even sold it after that. I would have just held on to them because once I got a winner, I just kind of keep it going. I don't even bother. But if this was a loser and a loser and a loser, and I finally got back to even, I'm like, all right, just let me get out of this, and never saw 50 again. My worst stock trade ever. Of course, you have the losers, but this was like, why didn't I hold on? What happened with me? Apple, biggest company in the world, and I just sold it at $50 before it split 3 times over, 10 to 1, 10 to 1. Oh well, happens. It's the best of us. Always get out of my trades too early, right? Isn't that a complaint that everybody says?
Yeah.
Everybody uses when you're trading? You always get out of your trade too early. All right. All right, boys, let's call it. We will see you. Well, if you guys are around later and you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. And otherwise, we have our levels. You got the levels there in the chat. You have the additional levels so that if we decide to go down, and if we get above, I think 42, I think we might go retest the highs there. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a good weekend, a nice holiday weekend. Happy Easter to everybody, and we'll talk to everybody on Monday.
I'll see you in a bit.
Take it easy.
Okay, somebody tell me what it's doing and where it's going. Hey, Mark, you still around? I guess everybody decided to take a break.
Hey, quick shout out and a couple quick programming notes. Guests, please transfer over now to paid subscribers. Going from guests to paid subscribers, there's a special deal. I'll send it out to everybody now. Make sure that you're part of it so you can come back. If you're interested in trading education, this is your first step. If you're interested in coming into this trade along on a daily basis, this is your first step. Signing up, it's a nominal fee to be here. Hey, Mark, nice picture. Looks really nice. Thank you.
He said you forgot to tell him to plug it in, the camera.
Well, you know, he got a brand new camera and a brand new headset. And we're wanted to welcome him back because I know he had spent some time with the Dalai Lama for about, a nice period of time. And we wanted him welcome back to the fold.
Well, he didn't have a shutter on his camera. And I told him just turn his camera around away from him and it'll just show the background.
Oh, wow. That's a good point, right?
Yeah. Or you can take a piece of paper and put it over the lens or a piece of tape or whatever. Use a Band-Aid.
Well, I used a part of the cover of my Camel cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
And then I just sort of flipped it on the top. So every once in a while you'll see the camel, but I just opened up a fresh pack this morning at around 5:30 a.m. And I'm through about half, maybe 3/4 of a pack already. You remember those Camels, right? With the non-filtered cigarettes?
Oh, yeah. That and Lucky Strikes.
Yeah, Lucky Strikes were another one, man. I used to work on when I was about 13 or 14, I worked on a farm. They were talking about a long time ago. And they used to smoke those and they'd also chew tobacco.
Oh, yeah.
And then they would, in the 104-degree weather, they'd spit tobacco and it'd sort of roll into the dirt. Oh my God. Those are the good old days.
I'm telling you.
Now I'm walking behind people and they all smell like pot. Which, remember Pigpen from Charlie Brown?
Oh, yeah.
As people walk and they smell like, a giant, I don't know what you would call it. It mostly smells like skunk to me. I don't know what the smell is. I don't know what the attraction is. I can't figure it out.
You can be around, you can walk by somebody and you can tell if they smoke or not just by it sticks to them.
Oh, I know. And it's not it's not like they smell like some beautiful scented perfume or something,
Yeah.
They don't smell good at all. Which is crazy. And I guess you can't get it. So it's funny, the police, they can't do anything. They don't do anything. Nothing's going on, right? But you drive behind people in these cars and you can smell all the pot on the highway.
Yeah.
It's a crazy town.
Yeah, they roll down the windows to let the smoke out. You're 2 cars back, you can smell them.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Or if you imagine if you went up and said, "Hey, license and registration," the cop would be buzzed.
What time today did Saul say he's going to have his class? 12, 1?
I'm not sure. Rose, if you're there, just let us know.
I thought he said 12, but that's been 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe it's 12 New York time. I don't know because Rose is in Eastern time, I think. Yes, but I don't know. Hey, Nick, I was looking for your sign up in the background. Gan, let me know how you're making out. Richard, I think you were going to do something. I'm not sure what it was, but if you're going to do something, do the discount. I put that up for you. And I think Mark's still here. Is he? Did he go out by the pool?
I no, I don't know what happened. I had to shut down and take a call, and when I come back, there was nobody online. So evidently, it was close to 10, and they shut down for a little while. I think Saul's going to come back for that class, and I don't know if Mark will attend or not.
Okay, cool.
I'm assuming they're going to have it in this same venue here.
I'm not sure.
Uh,
Whatever he wants to do, he can do.
Okay.
Whatever he wants to do, he can do. But I'll be in the background. I appreciate your efforts. We'll sign out of the other stuff. For those that want to come in, tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com is the place to find out about trading education. Signing up for this Trade Along Live session from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, with the action of the trade happening between 9:30 and about 11:30. Right now, it's 11:09 a.m. on April 14th, 2022. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. If you're looking to become a consistently profitable trader, check us out. Make sure you sign up as a friends and family member. I did just post an opportunity for those that are here to transition from guest to a paid subscriber. If you end up not doing that, you just end up getting banned. It's okay. I mean, if you're not interested, that's okay. It's not a problem. If you do get banned, call us up, find us on the website, and then we'll see if we can work you back into the program. So looking forward to it. And I appreciate all the positive feedback and the referrals. And we'll see you on the flip side.